We welcome you to Oakland, California, where today's interleague matchup is brought to you by your San Diego County Honda dealers. It's game 2 of a brief 2-game series between the San Diego Padres and the Oakland A's. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Well, today, the return for Luis Perdomo, a guy who's been very important to the Padres the last couple of years, has spent the last 11 starts in El Paso, ready to be back in the majors again.
It's time to bounce back for Luis Perdomo. He's getting another chance, and the 25-year-old making his 5th start this year needs to really bounce back quickly. He went down to AAA with a good attitude. Talking mechanically, he needs to stay more online towards home plate, stay on top of the ball. Therefore, he'll get better action on his two-seamer and his slider, because when he gets hit hard, Don, he's up in the zone. At the big league level, you cannot afford to throw pitches mid-thigh high and the belt buckle, because they will turn it around. I'm not just talking 2 or 3 hitters like maybe in El Paso. He did well in El Paso, a 3.1 ERA. But he's got to turn it around today, and strike one is so important, because when he's down in the zone, he can also get a ground ball too. So maybe a walk here or a single, he can get that double play ball as well.
Well, last night, the Oakland A's took game 1 of this brief 2-game series, and we saw their bats. They came alive against Clayton Richard.
This is a team that really puts production late in the game. Mike Aldretti, the assistant hitting coach, said that last night. You know, they might be trailing late in the game, they might be tied, but it's the late comebacks and the late offense that really plays well for this Athletics team. 5 runs, 6th. It's not just the 4 hits and the 2 walks, but every ball that was hit very, very hard. The home run last night, they had 94 home runs combined. Today in the lineup, they've got 90. So late inning action, if it gets to the bullpen and the Padres got the lead, they got to shut that offense down this afternoon.
Well, the Padres will try to get their offense going. Coming up, they'll look for some fireworks of their own on this 4th of July as they try to gain a split in Oakland. Next on Fox Sports San Diego. SDN Insurance, Banking, and Investments tailored for the military community. By your San Diego Honda dealers. Visit us at sdhondadealers.com. By Petco, the pet company. And by Nissan. Get to America's best sales event at Nissan for big savings today. Shop ChooseNissan.com. July 4th spent in Oakland at Oakland Coliseum for the second and final game of this two-game series. And it's time now for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 70 degrees, southwest breeze at 16 miles per hour. Forecast calls for partly cloudy today. Lots of sunshine as we get it started. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, and Bob Scanlon with you from Oakland. Padres trying to grab their first win against the A's. And we take a look at the starting lineup for Andy Green. Starting lineup for the Padres brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Manuel Margot at the top of the order and in center field with Eric Hosmer at first base. Will Myers at the DH today under American League rules. Hunter Renfroe in right field. Christian Villanueva at third base. Jose Perella at second base with A.J. Ellis doing the catching. Freddie Galvis, the shortstop, bats out of the 8th spot. And Travis Jankowski had 3 hits in the first game of the series here last night. Bats out of the 9th spot and gets a start in left field. Sean Manaea on the mound today for the Oakland A's.
26-year-old making his 18th start, the author of a no-hitter back on April 1st against the Boston Red Sox. It was the 12th in A's history. Four-seamer, changeup, slider. He works the corners and he avoids the barrel. He'll get in on the righties, off the end of the bat, lefties. He's probably their best starter.
First pitch of the ball game in there for strike 1 to Manuel Margot, and we're underway. 236, 3 homers, and 24 runs batted in for Manny. And sharing time in the top spot in the Padres order with Travis Jankowski. Travis led off last night and had 3 hits, but in this order you get speed at the top of the order and speed at the bottom of the order. As he lines this one to left field, and that ball is going to get in for a base hit. Matt Joyce cuts it off, but a leadoff single to begin things here in the first inning for Manuel Margot.
Let's check out the defense behind Sean Manaea for these Oakland Athletics. Their defense is brought to you by San Diego Cadillac dealers. Jed Lowry having one heck of a year for the A's. He is at second base. Matt Olson will be at first base. On the left side of the infield, Chapman and Simeon. Behind the plate, Josh Fegley. In the outfield, left to right, it'll be Matt Joyce, Dustin Fowler in center, and Steven Piscotty in right.
So lead runner on here for the Padres in the first inning, and it brings up Eric Hosmer. Grounds one to short, could be 2. Little bobble there for Simeon, and on to first for the double play. Bobble was not costly as it turned out. It was hit sharply enough that even with the bobble, they turn it. A double play erases Margot, and there are 2 outs here in the first inning.
Ball hit sharply, but hit right at the defenders. And why they are hit right at the defenders there? Because Manaea hitting his spot against Hosmer, who likes to go the opposite way. Hit so hard, even the bobble, they have time to recover.
Two down here in the first inning. It brings up Will Myers. Myers has the chance today just to hit, not to play defensively, as the DH for the Padres. 275, 2 homers, and 9 runs batted in. Yesterday was Jose Perella who was the DH for the Padres.
It's got to be a weird dynamic playing in the National League, and then all of a sudden Interleague comes around and you just hit. Sit and hit, right?
It can be weird for some guys who are not used to DHing, even becoming DHs, as it's all you focus on. Really, there's nothing else you think about, just at bats.
I'm sure all your years done in the American League talking to DHs, not only with the Sox but also the visiting teams. And what was the general thought? Does it become like David Ortiz? Obviously, he got to the point where, that was his role.
That's the thing. I mean, I think he's the kind of the classic example of DHs who is an everyday DH. A lot of teams use it as a day off for some guys to get them a day off from being out there defensively, and they don't have a DH per se. But David definitely was a DH every day, and his mindset was to have an at-bat and then go up and watch the video and get ready for his next at-bat. It was all about his at-bats because that's all he was doing.
And some guys might like that change. They play the field and they also hit, obviously, and then there's that 1 or 2 days during the week where they spell somebody or give a chance to have somebody play a position. And they thrive at it.
And the thing about David is that he was a pretty good defensive first baseman, not terrible. I mean, certainly during the World Series runs, and he was in 3 of them, he would have to play first base during the World Series in the National League cities. So
was he the kind that if he got to it, he could probably field it? It just wasn't that mobile, really?
Exactly. But it's not for everybody, that's for sure. Myers staying alive here, 2-2. I think some guys end up obsessing over it and thinking about it too much. You don't have that diversion of taking the field and worry about your defense.
That's a great point. That's a very good point. In between innings, like you're going up in the video room and you're overthinking the matter. That's awesome.
Myers fouls it off again. Coming in, hitting at 275, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in, and getting his feet underneath him here after 2 stints on the DL. Maya with a 2-2 pitch. And a fly ball down the right field line. Long run for Stephen Piscotty over towards the corner, and he'll make the catch against the wall. That ball carried very well and just to the left of the 330 marker. Will Myers is retired. Padres retired in the first. The A's are coming up. Coming up here in the bottom of the first inning, and as we check out Bob Melvin's order, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Dustin Fowler going to lead it off in center field with Matt Joyce in left. It's Jed Lowry. Had a big night last night, a bases clearing double. He's at second base. Chris Davis, the power hitter, the DH. Matt Olson at first. Stephen Piscotty in right. Matt Chapman in his second game off the DL at third base. Marcus Semien at shortstop bats eighth, and Josh Begley catches the day game after the night game for the A's. And boy, is it good to see Luis Perdomo back. Trying to bunt his way on here is Fowler, and he fouls it off at the plate.
I'm right there with you, Don. Welcome back, Luis. He's got a good live arm. We know that. He went down to the minor leagues. His scouting report brought to you by GMC. Hey, pitch with conviction. Pound the zone. Be free and easy. How did you pitch in AAA? Well, utilize it here up in Oakland in the big leagues. Don't change a thing. Stick to the scouting report. Making his 5th start in the big leagues this year.
One hopper that is picked nicely by Perella off to his left, and he throws out Fowler. Nice play by Perella at second base.
Take a look at the defense. We already saw Perella with the hot glove. To his left at first base is Gold Glover Eric Hosmer. 722 innings, 4th most in Major League Baseball at first base. Galvis at short, Villanueva at third, behind the plate Ellis. In the outfield left to right, Jankowski, Margot, and Renfroe.
One down here in the first inning, and it brings up Matt Joyce. Joyce's first appearance of this 2-game series, and taking the pitch inside. 206 average for the left fielder for the Oakland A's. 7 home runs, though, 13 runs batted in. And a ground ball into the shift on the right side. It is Villanueva, third baseman. Throws out Joyce, 2 down. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Early fireworks for the Friars. See what I did there? July 4th fireworks.
I did catch that.
Yeah, well, they need to get base runners on and get them home, because yesterday they did not do that. And Perdomo declares a quality start. Declares, right?
Yeah.
Declaring independence. Yeah. Sorry about being an American and being free. and independent to watch a big league ball game.
And revolving your keys to the game around it.
Yes.
Sorry about it. Pitch in there for a strike.
We hope everybody's having an enjoyable 4th of July.
Yeah, Jed Lowry last night came up with the bases loaded, part of a big 5-run inning, and he cleared the bases with a double. That changed the game last night, really, for the A's. And changed the outing, which had been going very well up to that point for Clayton Richard.
Very clutch, Lowry, and all-star worthy this year for the Oakland Athletics. Wow.
Swing and a miss, and Perdomo strikes him out. It's a good first inning, a 1-2-3 inning. Scoreless from Oakland. On this Independence Day, USAA honors those who have served and all of our service members at home and abroad.
Hear, hear. Thank you very much, the men and women who serve.
Hunter Renfroe leading it off here for the Padres. Takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Renfroe, the right fielder, hitting at .257, 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Renfroe, Villanueva, and Perella featured here in the second inning against Sean Manaea. Gave up a leadoff base hit to Manuel Margot, but got a double play and then got Myers to fly out. Sometimes young pitchers who end up having no hitters, sometimes it can set them back a little bit. I've seen that happen a few times.
We have, through the course of history of this great game of baseball, yes. And I've always been a believer that every pitcher that toes that slab each and every game has no-hit stuff. I mean, think about it. Tom Glavine never threw a no-hitter. Greg Maddux never threw a no-hitter. John Smoltz. Yeah, Pedro Martinez. And nothing against Sean Manaea. He's a darn good pitcher. And, you know, we're going to talk tools of the trade.
Yeah, time now for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Truck.
And we're going to talk about his no-hitter. It was his night. A little bit of defense going his way. It was the 12th no-hitter in A's history. It was against the Boston Red Sox back on April 1st of this season. Yeah, time to celebrate. Having a good time with 55.
Foul back to the screen. Oh, I didn't realize that. He's a double nickel.
Yeah.
Christian Villanueva batting with a runner at first base. 16 home runs on the year for Villanueva. 39 RBIs and a .226 batting average. In the air to left field, struck pretty well. Joyce going back onto the warning track at the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run up on top of the scoreboard. Christian Villanueva with his 17th home run of the year. It's a 2-run shot, and the Padres take a 2-0 lead.
Well, the Padres broke up the no-hitter right out of the get-go. Manuel Margot starting off this game with a single. Well, there goes the shutout. Breaking ball, tried to backdoor it. Great extension from Christian. It speeds up his bat, sends it on its way over the auxiliary scoreboard. Launch angle.
Now a 2-0 advantage for the Padres, and it brings up Jose Perella. Now Perella up for the first time today, hitting at .263. 2 homers and 25 runs batted in. Little dribbler back towards the mound. Minaya will field and throw in time to get Perella for the first out here of the second inning.
By the way, 32 degrees down on the
launch angle.
Yeah, yep. Some sweet exit velocity too. I'm going to guess. You know, was he kind of high? He was out in front of it. I'm going to say about 96.
Wasn't too high.
It was gone. Who
96,
cares?
96.
Was it?
Yeah, 96.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, which I know you saw. 1 out. A.J. Ellis standing in. I love how you do that. That's pretty cool. You see the number, then you go, you know,
I think
I'm going to guess.
It just takes a quick little peek there. I'll get it right.
That'll miss 1-1. A.J. Ellis has been very good at the plate with a minimal number of at-bats during the course of the year, and starts today hitting at .319 overall in the season.
He really bears down, takes advantage of his starts, hitting .308 in his 30 starts this year as a Padre. And that's exactly what a team needs. If you're not going to be catching every day, boy, you make some hay the days that you start. He's done just that.
And strike 2, 2-2. Catching the day game after the night game here last night. 2-2 to Ellis. And a liner the other way, opposite field, base hit for A.J. Ellis.
Stay hot, A.J. He's unbelievable. I mean, I say that not because, you know, I don't expect A.J. Ellis to get hits, but usually you want to get reps on a consistent basis, and he's, you know, he's spelling Austin Hedges and Rafi Lopez when he was here, and just going off the days that he is starting.
Here's Freddie Galvis with a runner at first, 1 down. Galvis at .232 to start the day. The Padres shortstop, very much the everyday shortstop for San Diego. 4 home runs, 29 runs batted in. His 88th game of a possible 88. Fouled off to the right out of play, and he's down 0-2. It can be wild at times. Tied for 5th in the American League in wild pitches. He's thrown 8 of them. Opponent's only hitting at .208 against him. He's not a big strikeout guy. Fouled off down the right field line out of play.
I think the approach you have to take against Minaya is just what A.J. Ellis did. Right-handers, you got to try to spray the ball the other way if he goes that way. The breaking ball, yes, you can pull it, and that was evident in the swing from Christian Villanueva. He went out and got it. It was soft at 77.
So coming in, he had walked only 2 batters in his last 4 starts. There's a pop-up that'll get out of play. And he walked Renfroe to begin the second inning. And that set the table for the Villanueva 2-run home run. It's unusual for him to give up a walk, and he did to start this inning, and the Padres have taken advantage. On his 3rd consecutive start last time out, a 4-2 win for the Detroit Tigers last Thursday. 0-2. Slap foul again, out of play. Did give up a home run in that last outing, though, to Nick Castellanos in the first inning. The only runs he would allow in 6 innings of work. Retired 9 straight to finish off that outing against the Tigers. Galvis will chop one towards shortstop. Simeon to second for 1. On to first, not in time. They do get A.J. Ellis at second base on the force out. We're out number 2 of the inning.
Talking about bouncing back as a pitcher after the walk and home run. Now you've got some work to do to keep it at 2. And Manaea, when he's on his game, yeah, he can get a grounder. Big hop for Simeon. Let's check it out. On the back end, yeah, Freddie Galvis just getting down the line too quickly to have the A's complete the double play in safely.
Now they are checking something here. Andy Green is holding everything up here, and they're not going to challenge. I don't know if they were challenging that play at second base or what they were looking at exactly.
If he was maybe in the neighborhood, didn't make contact with the bat, possibly.
Could have been. They decided not to challenge. Travis Jankowski batting out of the 9 spot and jumping out of the way of a pitch in. 288 with a home run, 7 runs batted in. And getting the start in left field today for the Padres. Big lead over at first base for Freddie Galvis. Noticing was Manaea. Kind of a soft toss over there to get him back.
Looked like a courtesy move, didn't it? Just kind of say, hey, how you doing? I'm here. Just want to let you know. Not really his A move.
Galvis already to the cutoff area as the pitch is a little bit high, and it's 2-0.
Hey, you know what I like about our graphics on this 4th of July yesterday and today? How about the star for the base runner?
I like that.
I like that. Did you wear your red, white, and blue socks today at all?
I did not. I don't have red, white, and blue socks.
You're not very patriotic.
I know.
I didn't either.
I noticed you got throwback Padres socks on.
Yeah, I've got my like brown and gold.
Yeah. Swing and a miss for Jankowski, and it evens at 2-2.
You know, I mentioned in our pregame show about Travis, we featured him in his 3 hits last night. He has so much to offer. Covers ground defensively, but hitting .212 off of lefties. You know, if he wants to be an everyday guy, he runs well. You got to hit those lefties to be an everyday guy.
Runner goes, and it's swung on and grounded to first base. Picked on the backhand by Matt Olson. He'll tag the bag that ends the inning. For the Padres on a 2-run home run by Christian Villanueva. Villanueva gets his 17th of the year, and the Padres take a 2-0 advantage after an inning and a half from Oakland. The 2-0 advantage as we play into the bottom of the 2nd inning. And Chris Davis leads it off here for the Athletics. Luis Perdomo enjoyed a 1-2-3 first inning on 8 pitches. Davis with 20 home runs on the year, 56 RBIs. Foul back, 0-2. Perdomo working with a lead for the first time today.
Hey, I know it's only one inning, but Luis Perdomo proved something in that first inning against the A's. He pounded the zone. He went right after him. The tempo was up. Very quick. And I don't mean quick with his being too quick with his delivery, because you want to stay over the rubber. You want to have everything in sync going, but getting the ball, get right up on top of that hill and go to work.
His pace appears different to me.
Exactly.
This is a pop-up and foul ground. Down from first comes Hosmer, and Eric will get there to make the catch for the first out. Let's send it down to Bob Scanlon.
Thanks, Don. It's good to see Luis Perdomo back on the mound. The associated roster move was to send Colton Brewer back down to AAA. But three things to keep an eye out with Perdomo today. First of all, mechanically, he's working on using his front arm a little bit higher, so keep an eye on that to create some downward tilt. As far as the pitch selection, keep an eye out for the four-seam fastball. We saw it in the first inning. He used it very effectively in on the left-handers, and also the slider should be a little bit harder. They don't want to see that 80 to 83 mile an hour slider. They'd rather see that 83 to 86 mile an hour one. We saw one in the last at bat, so a couple of things to work on. And I ask you guys, Don and Mark, does it make sense it's easier to work on those things down in AAA?
I would think so, Mud. You know better than I do.
Yes, you are absolutely right. And I don't think there's really much to elaborate on, because like I said in our pregame show, you know, in AAA, you might have one or two hitters that might be threats. And that gives you a chance to build some confidence. And confidence breeds success and vice versa. So the main thing about Perdomo, which I think is something that's, don't underestimate his four-seam fastball. Because remember, you know, always two-seamers. I know for a fact Darren Balsley loves the four-seam fastball. And he's touched 95, 96 today already. So I think that's a good weapon.
Hey, Scan, do you get the sense, and I kind of felt this way in listening to Andy Green yesterday, that perhaps he is here to stay for the rest of the year now?
I think that's a great point, Don. Yeah, there was no indication that the Padres are viewing this as a one-time spot start. They'd like to see Luis obviously do well today, but I think the plan is for him to stay in the rotation. That would be the perfect world for them, because when they sent him down, it was to get back on track, and he's shown that he can do that. He put up great numbers down there. If he can do it again today, no reason not to keep him in there every fifth day, I would think.
All right, Bob, thanks very much. He's got one out here in the second inning, and he walks Matt Olson. First base runner to reach today for the Athletics. It's time now for the Kia Drive to Success. Luis Perdomo, lowest ERA in the Pacific Coast League.
And we know that the Pacific Coast League, you can have inflated numbers. You got a 3.10, and you know, it was legit. It was 11 starts. I think that's a great sign. And Bob made another great point. And this is what I think will help him think about being aggressive in the zone. Throwing his slider harder, and not aiming it, not guiding it.
Stephen Piscotty takes a first pitch strike. Fastball over the inside corner. 249, 7 homers, and 33 runs batted in. Now Perdomo taking the spot of Jordan Lyles in the rotation. There's a fly ball headed out towards left center field. And that ball is going to get down and roll to the wall. Matt Olson being waved around. Galvis's throw from short left to be cut off, and the A's are on the board. RBI double for Stephen Piscotty. It's 2-1 Padres.
Mentioned about Luis Perdomo, for him to be effective, he's got to keep the ball down. That's 93. It looked like a two-seamer, middle in, and Piscotty was all over it. The two-seamer, the fastball, if it's going to have action to it, it's going to have more action when it's down in the zone. If it's up in the zone, it's going to flatten out. Very inviting to Piscotty. And the A's cut the Padres lead in half.
One down, Piscotty at second base, and Matt Chapman now the batter. There is strike one from Perdomo. And Chapman returning from the DL last night. Hitless in 3 at-bats here last night. First time he's played since June the 14th. On the DL with a hand injury. His return meant that Jed Lowry went from third to second base. And Franklin Barreto was optioned back to AAA Nashville Corresponding move for the Oakland A's here yesterday before the game.
And the A's hanging tough when Chapman was out of the lineup. Remember, he was not in the lineup. He was hurt when they were in San Diego, and Bob Melvin said he's our best player. And we're still kind of hanging in there as far as being above 500 as a ball club.
Ball gets away. Ellis didn't know where it is. Still doesn't know where it is. And only one base advanced there for Piscotty. That's a bad feeling right there for A.J. Ellis to turn around and not see the baseball anywhere. Wild pitch charge to Perdomo.
Ooh, looked like a fastball, wanted it in. A.J. looks to his left and it goes to his right. Yeah, you're right. That's a not a good feeling for a catcher.
So Piscotty tying run 90 feet away now, infield in. And Chapman hits a fly ball to shallow left. Galvis, the shortstop, going out and over the shoulder, makes the catch. Nice play by Freddie Galvis with his back to the plate. Goes out to short left and makes the grab over the shoulder.
That is some serious athleticism. He's playing on the cut of the grass. Now he's got to go. Name and number to the infield. What in the Willie Mays is going on out there at shortstop for Freddie Galvis? Too far to come in for Travis Jankowski. That's a great play by Freddie.
And Simeon will chop one left side. Galvis in the hole at short. Throw is good, and the inning is over. The Oakland A's do get a run in the inning. We play 2-1 Padres.
Padres, go Padres!
Thanks for all you do, Trevor. We appreciate it on this 4th of July from Oakland. Padres on the road right now. And thoughts with all of our servicemen and women today and all those who have served.
Yeah, it's got to be tough being away from the family, and we appreciate all that they do, all the men and women that are serving our country around the globe. Beautiful day for a baseball game.
Manuel Margot leading it off for the second time in the game. Led off with a single in the first inning. Here he is in the third. .333 this year in 4 games against the Athletics. Sprays it foul off to the right and is down 0-2.
Hey, Donnie, how about Christian Villanueva as we take a look at some Padre fans here? Being undrafted today and picked the stick.
You know, I was thinking about him.
I had first pick.
Swing and a miss for Margot. Who strikes out for a strikeout for Minaya.
I had first pick, and I was thinking about it too.
Yeah, I was giving a lot of thought. He was available in the, what was I, second to last? No, I was last.
You were last.
And I thought about it. Not going to help me now, though, you know?
No.
So one down here in the third inning brings up Eric Hosmer, who grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning, 0 for 1.
Boy, big time shift in the outfield for the A's, as in center field, Fowler's really shading that left center field gap.
This is another confusing win plays.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. There are flags in straightaway center. This one chopped to third as Chapman backs up, throws to first, shows off a hose there to get Hosmer. Okay, so you get flags in straightaway center field in front of us.
Sure.
They're blowing out. But if you look at the flags over in right center, they're over there, then they're blowing left to right. So it's very confusing. They're the straightaway center. They're going out.
Okay.
Then you go over there and they're doing something different.
Well, now they're going to right. One's in center. Like 3 are going to left center and one's going to.
My point is that it swirls around in here because it's closed in.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. The ground ball to second base. Jed Lowry will fire to first to retire Myers and end this conversation. We'll head to the bottom of the third, 2-1 Padres. Ready for the bottom of the third inning. It is time now for the San Diego fans of the game.
Oh, even the dog wearing the shades.
Absolutely. 4th of July dog. Huh? Tremendous.
Yeah, those are camo.
Love the shades.
Did you see that? Camo dog.
Josh Fegley leading it off here for the Athletics in the bottom of the third inning.
What up, dog?
Fegley catching the day game after the night game. 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in for Fegley. That one almost hit him. Did he hold up? He did, according to Chad Whitson, first base umpire. I think I know your opinion on this.
He checked that one.
Oh, okay.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
His hands came forward, but he did not commit, and the barrel didn't travel as far as I thought.
Notice Fegley, Fowler, and Joyce scheduled to bat here in the third inning. And that is ball 4, a leadoff walk for the number 9 man. Second walk allowed by Perdomo in his outing. It's time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love trivia.
Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. Question is, Charlie Finley signed the player to become the Athletics designated runner from 1974 through 1975. Can you name that player?
I know the answer. I'm going to refrain from answering, but
all he did was run. Huh?
Yes,
that's it.
Just to hear stories about Charlie Finley is, if you're a baseball nut, I mean, you know, the 70s and early 80s for me, that's right in my wheelhouse. And I love the stories about Charlie Finley and what he tried to do for baseball, and he wanted to use like an orange ball, like a yellow ball at night.
Kind of a glowing ball.
Yeah.
Seemed like he had a lot of cool ideas. So did the designated runner ever do anything else besides run?
Just run.
Just run. I'm guessing it was somebody who had a great amount of speed.
Yes.
Speed only.
Yeah. You're right.
I mean, it would make sense.
I don't want to give any more away.
No, I know, but I am curious. I don't know the answer. This one fouled off.
And I don't think the guy had baseball experience either.
So he was strictly a runner.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's someone from the track world or something like that.
That's a great guess.
Okay. Ricky could do it all.
Oh, Hall of Famer.
Reaches out, pokes this into left field. It's going to fall in for a hit. Stopping at second base is Fegley. And the first two Athletics have reached here in the bottom of the third inning.
That's just flicking that magic wand and taking that ball the other way out of the hand of Perdomo. Looks like well off the plate. If taken, a definite ball. But now multiple base runners for the A's. All started with the walk to Fegley.
2 on, nobody out, and it brings up Matt Joyce. Joyce grounding out to third base in the first inning, 0 for 1. Also riding a 5-game hitting streak. Strike one over the outside corner. Perdomo walking the first batter of the inning in Fegley. Then an opposite field hit here for Dustin Fowler. Has 2 on with nobody out. Holding on to a 1-run advantage with the A's batting in the home half of the third inning. Popped up foul ground. Long run for Villanueva, and he will not get there.
Look at that run. Look at how far that is. You mentioned it yesterday, Don. It's worth mentioning again, a long run for these infielders, especially if you're playing any type of a shift. That's a long way.
Most foul ground in any ballpark in the majors. And then some. I can't think of anything close. Bluffing off the backside, no throw for Perdomo. Fegley with a walking lead off second. Fowler doing the same at first. Swing, I think he went. Yeah, he did, and he strikes out. Perdomo needed that. Second strikeout of the day. First out here in the third inning. Frustrated Matt Joyce.
Well, he most definitely went on this one. And that's huge. With 1 out now, keeps the double play in order with runners at first and second. But here's a hot hitter right here, Jed Lowry.
Yeah, his big hit last night, a 3-run double. Hitting at .352 with runners in scoring position, 3 homers, 40 RBIs on the year. His return to the Oakland A's.
Look at that helmet. He's going with a double ear flap. The switch hitting Jed Lowry. Looks like the Great Gazoo from the Flintstones. Remember the Great Gazoo?
I do, yes. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. And Lowry now 33 years old, born in Houston, Texas. A couple of stints in Houston with the Astros and a couple with the Oakland A's. That was 3rd year in Oakland. And a strike to Lowry with runners at first and second, 1 down.
Well, Jed Lowry, he's an everyday guy. The most at-bats going to this game is Semien with 345. Lowry going with 331. He's only grounded in 3 double plays this year, so very tough to double up.
Strike picks up that outside corner. Might have been a generous call, but Perdomo will take it. Appeared to be just a little bit outside, but it's strike 2.
If you're a pitcher, you're thinking maybe I should go a little farther out there because now he's got to protect. Then maybe you get that weak ground ball to the left side. Oh, looks like he's coming inside here.
Fouled back on the fastball that was running in.
I like that, and I'll tell you why. That's exactly what A.J. Ellis wanted. He set up on the inside part of the plate, put the glove up, and Luis Perdomo buried that pitch right there.
Chris Davis, the power hitting DH, waiting on deck here for the A's. Two on, one away, and a 2-2 pitch. Bouncing in, and Ellis did a good job to block that. Keeps it in front of him. No advance for the base runners.
Wow, that's a tough block right there. That ball looked like it bounced out in front of home plate. Oh. AJ gets a glove on it, and it bounces his way, keeps it in front of him.
One out, first and second here for the Athletics. Padres holding on to a 1-run advantage. 20th pitch of the inning for Perdomo. Yeah, it's foul back to the screen. Well, these hitters have a chance here to get pretty close to home plate in the on-deck circle.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Davis is now going back to the regular on-deck circle, but he's been very close to behind the plate. He'll start making his way over there again.
Yeah, on-deck hitters will creep up as close as they can to try to get a good look-see on what the pitcher has to offer.
That is ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Second walk of the inning, third walk of the outing for Luis Perdomo. So they are loaded now for the Athletics.
And a little help from A.J. Ellis and Freddie Galvis to try to calm down Luis Perdomo. This is crunch time, big time crunch time. Leading by a run. They got a big time power hitter coming up to the plate. A.J. doing the majority of the talking in this conversation. And then a little help from Freddie Galvis as well.
Bases loaded, one down for Chris Davis. Davis fouled out to the first baseman Eric Hosmer in the second inning. There's 1 grand slam on his resume and 2 for 3 in this category on the year. And a line went into left field for a base hit. Fegley will score, and the game is tied. Bases are reloaded. It's an RBI single for Chris Davis, and it's 2-2.
You know, back in the 70s, on their logo, they still sport that logo today. Remember the swinging A's? Well, they're swinging all right, and Chris Davis is a big part of that. Swinging at the first pitch, 1 on, 1 off. They got the merry-go-round inning going right here, tying it up at 2.
Bases reloaded, 1 down for Matt Olson. Olson walked in the second inning. Came around to score the first Athletics run. No grand slams in his career, 2 for 7 this year. And just a 143 hitter with the bases loaded. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Pirello will flip to second for 1. Galvis on to first for 2. Nicely done, and that will get Perdomo out of the inning. Gives up a run, game's tied 2-2. Oakland on a beautiful day on this July the 4th. And it's Hunter Renfroe who's going to lead it off here for the Padres in the 4th inning. Sean Manaea, who had given up 2 runs in the 2nd inning, has seen his offense come from behind to tie it up. New ball game now. Renfroe, Villanueva, and Perella here in the 4th inning. Renfroe last 10 games hitting at .343. It's a high fly ball to left field down towards the wall. Joyce is on the warning track to make the catch. Coming up just short to left is Renfroe. Let's take a look at the Arco top tier play. A 2-run shot for Christian Villanueva in the 2nd inning.
It was a breaking ball. Manaea tried to go backdoor. Speeds up the bat. It was up in the zone, and he got extended, pulling it down the left field line. Actually was over that auxiliary scoreboard to the right of the stairs.
Villanueva with his 17th home run of the year. Most home runs this season for rookies. 0-2. Those same stairs that Jose Canseco took.
Yeah. Broke his bat, got in his kitchen, and he hits a home run. In fact, I actually had to look it up on Baseball Reference.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Went under versus batters, and it shows you all, which is really, really cool. Shows you all the batters you faced in your career. And there it is, home run.
What year was it, do you know?
1992, I was a Mariner.
Softly lined into left field. That one's going to drop in for a base hit for Villanueva, who's 2 for 2. So we get down on the count, but a single to left field with 1 down here in the 4th inning.
Did you see that last pitch inside? We'll get to that. I want to hear some trivia.
Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question. Answer. Charlie Finley signed this player to become the Athletics designated runner. 74 and 75. Can you name that player?
Herb Washington.
Herb Washington appeared in 105 career Major League games, 0 plate appearances, 31 stolen bases in 48 attempts. That's not great.
No.
So he was the designated runner, but this one lined out to center. Fowler started in, now goes back and recovers. Makes the catch to retire Perella as Villanueva gets back to the bag at first. And they always say balls hit right at you, sometimes the toughest to be able to judge, and he had started in a step before going back to make the grab.
And that's why it's so important, that first step. And if you have the speed to make up the difference, takes away extra bases. Sean Manaea likes it. Sean Manaea, that is.
Two down, runner at first, and here's A.J. Ellis.
Herb Washington, a former world-class sprinter.
Aha, see, there you go. I knew he was a track guy.
Parlayed his speed into a brief Major League Baseball career, 1974 and 75, as we mentioned.
So that experiment really didn't work out too well.
No.
A.J. Ellis with a single to right field in the second inning. One of the 4 Padres hits on the day. They're out hitting Oakland A's 4-3. On the ground left side and diving at third as Chapman gets up and fires to first in time to get Ellis. What a play by Matt Chapman down there at third base. Ends the top of the 4th, tied 2-2. Cadillac dealers today. And by Sequan Casino, opening in 2019, is Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Game is tied 2-2 into the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch swinging to begin the inning is Stephen Piscotty, who leads it off. He doubled driving a run in the second inning. 20 games against the Padres, a .309 average, 8 home runs. Many of those at bats, most of those at bats coming in a St. Louis Cardinals uniform.
Fractured his shillelagh right there.
Scotty, Chapman, and Simeon scheduled to bat in the inning. It's quite a play by Chapman down there at third base down the last inning on A.J. Ellis.
It really was. And talking to Bob Melvin when they were in San Diego, they said that, he said rather, as far as the StatCast is positioning, higher than Arenado at third base.
Down to third, picked nicely in the backhand by Villanueva.
Wow.
And a good throw. Nice play by Christian Villanueva for the first out of the 4th inning.
A beautiful play. We saw Chapman last half inning. Christian Villanueva doing it with the wood and with the leather this afternoon. The short hop. Now he's got to throw off balance. Look at how accurate that is. Right to the San Diego, to the Gold Glover, Eric Hosmer, over at first base. Now that's some kind of nice.
One down here in the 4th inning brings up Matt Chapman. Chapman popped out to the shortstop in the second inning, 0 for 1. Wild swing and a miss. Good pitch headed away. First start in the big league since April 18th for Luis Perdomo. Had been demoted to AAA El Paso after just 4 starts. Popped up, foul ground, Villanueva with the sunglasses on. Will take care of out number 2.
Tell you, getting sent down to the minor leagues will get your attention real quick. And there's a big time factor. You got to have the right attitude when you get sent down. You can't sulk. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You got stuff to do. You got stuff to work on. You better get it right.
Well, you're a guy who's taken the Rule 5, ended up spending the entire season on the roster the season before last and all of last year, and then this year, after just 4 starts, find yourself back in AAA.
Yeah.
Marcus Semien. Rather just short in the second inning, 0 for 1. Which will be the 60th of the day for Perdomo with 2 down here in the 4th inning.
You know, Don, you were talking about the wind. When you take a look at, from our vantage point, look at Luis Perdomo when he toes the slab. I mean, his jersey's flapping. I mean, down in that field, it's windy.
Swirls in the lower bowl here.
Yeah.
If you get up top to the top deck, there are holes in right center and left center. But that's it. Otherwise, wrapped all the way around. To third, nicely played again by Villanueva. Good throw again. A couple of good defensive plays by Villanueva. 1, 2, 3 innings sends us to the 5th, tied 2-2.
Teen sensation Mbappe lead France against Uruguay. Then Neymar and Brazil battle Belgium. The World Cup quarterfinals starting at 6 a.m. on FS1 or stream all the action live on the Fox Sports app. I'm picking Uruguay to win the whole thing.
You're going to be up early again tomorrow.
Oh, got my alarm set.
Freddie Galvis leading it off here in the 5th inning. Galvis reaching on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, getting his second look at Sean Manaea. In the air to shallow center. And look out here. Whoa, from center, Dustin Fowler makes the basket catch with Jed Lowry and Marcus Semien alongside. That almost dropped, but an out, 1 down.
3 A's converging, and oh, did you see the flash look? Fowler at the last second there, flash looks there and then regroups. It's almost like a synchronized dance they had going right there.
And almost a pretty big collision.
Lowry and Simeon peeling off there to allow Fowler to make the catch.
One down here in the 5th inning brings up Travis Jankowski. There's a bunt his way on and offered at it for strike one.
Good idea.
Yeah, you got Matt Olson backed up at first base. He's not anticipating that drag bunt. Nice batting average since June the 20th. Jankowski nearly at 400.
You know, I just noticed, you know what I like about Josh Fegley, the catcher for the A's? He gets that ball and he fires it back. I always like that when a catcher just, not, you know, with the big hump in it.
Yeah, I remember Tony Pena got it back there pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
He would fire it back.
Yeah.
Late 80s.
Yep. I like that. Pop in your glove.
Tony Pena throwing it back harder than some of the pitchers he was working with.
Yeah, you're right. and Tony Pena on a hot summer day like in Pittsburgh, when he caught back there, he used to have, you know what he kept in his helmet?
Yeah.
Frozen cabbage leaves.
Really?
Yeah, to keep him cool.
Softly rolled back towards the mound. Minaya throws to first low, but dug out by Olson. 2 down.
Good pitch. That was one of my scouting report nuggets about avoiding the barrel for Minaya, whether it's in on the fist or off the end of the bat. And Travis did not get a good part of the bat on that pitch.
2 down here in the 5th inning, and Margot 1 for 2 from the top spot in the Padres order. Single to left in the 1st inning. Struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. And fouls the first one back. Well, the A's are now 8 games over 500, tied for their season best. Dating back to June 16th, they've gone 13-3. So they're playing better baseball here for Bob Melvin. They've won all 3 games against the Padres so far this year in the season series, outscoring them 22-8 in the first 3 games. No 2. And that'll miss. 1-2. Line and caught at third base by Chapman to conclude the top of the 5th. Halfway through, tied 2-2. Luis Perdomo back on the mound here. Ready to deal with 9-1-2 for the Oakland A's. Pitch 63 of the day, and it's a fly ball to left field. Jankowski coming in. Looks like the wind's playing with it a little bit. And Travis comes in to make the grab for the first down. Let's check back in with Bob.
Don, I want to take a look at that defensive play by Christian Villanueva. Watch his setup. See how he's upright, and then he gets low to make the play. That is a change that he and Josh Johnson have made. He's upright. Now he stays low and makes the play. Look, early in the season, he made 10 errors. Josh Johnson, the infield coach, sat down with Christian. They looked at video of other third basemen, including Nolan Arenado, and the common theme was Christian was setting up extremely low and hunched over. Then he would come up into more of a standing position and then go back down to make the play. That was wasted time. Now he's starting off in a more upright position, then going down to the ball. We've seen the difference in the D guys. Credit to him for making the change.
All right, Cam, thanks very much. Yeah, kind of working from the ground up there.
Yeah, and JJ, one of the best. Got to know him over the course of the season. Works very, very hard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dustin Fowler batting here with one down in the 5th inning. Fowler has grounded out to second and singled to left field. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Fowler. It was a 4th walk given up by Perdomo, a 1-out walk here in the 5th inning.
There's JJ. Bob Scanlon was just talking about him, working with Christian Villanueva and the infielders. Always working hard, trying to make the position players better on the infield.
1 out, runner at first, and it brings up Matt Joyce.
Big fan.
Throw to first, and that was relatively close, but diving back head first is Fowler. Stacked up in a shift on the right side are the Padres here in the 5th inning against Joyce. A big hack there for strike 1. Joyce, 33 years of age. Spending the bulk of his major league time in Tampa Bay. Throw over, and again back safely is Fowler. And Joyce breaking into the big leagues with the Tigers in 2008, then time in Tampa from 2009 through 2014. There's the breakdown on him where his hit distribution goes. That's why they're shifting on him here on the right side. StatCast powered by AWS. A close play at first base. Padres may be challenging this. Andy Green looking in. That's pretty close.
That's real close. Does he get him on the elbow? Boy, they're giving him a lot of time, aren't they?
Oh, he said he wanted to challenge, then he changed his mind. I don't know. Looks like they're challenging. And they are going to challenge. I think he may be safe.
Yeah.
That's close, but it's one of those where pretty tough to overturn based on that.
So did he commit and then not want to challenge?
It looked like he changed his mind after he did it.
But once he committed and the umpire saw that.
Basically, Rob Drake went over there and said, I need an answer right now because it was taking a really long time.
Oh.
So we'll see here. Padres have challenged the call. First base umpire Chad Whitson, along with the crew chief Mike Winters.
This one is really, really close.
And the call on the field was safe. And they have come to a conclusion, and he's still safe. Padres lose their challenge. Now it's 0-1 to Matt Joyce with 1 out and 1 on. Call stands on the field. '70th pitch of the day coming up for Luis Perdomo. I feel pretty much straight away here on Matt Joyce. He's got power to all fields. They are shifting in the infield, though. As Perdomo falls behind here, 2-1 to Joyce.
You know, different umpires, different strike zone. We know that is a given, but it looks like this afternoon Rob Drake not giving that two-seamer off the plate just a little bit.
Throw over. He threw a seed over to first base, but back safely is Fowler. Very defensively making that catch at first was Hosmer.
See how Perdomo reacts after that long delay for the challenge. Hitters count here.
Even more of one now. Jed Lowry waits on deck in the heart of this Oakland A's order.
Well, the one thing I wanted to look for today, as far as Luis Perdomo doing, is cutting down on the walks.
Runner goes, and a liner to center field. Incoming is Margot. He'll make the catch. Possibility for a double play. Throws to first and back safely, just safely is Fowler. A liner there, a little hit and run, and Fowler was already at second base when Margot made that catch and tried to make it into a double play at first base, but 2 outs in the inning.
Runner going on the pitch. Hitters count, as you mentioned, Don. A great jump by Margot. He's got to stop in his tracks. Kind of loses a little momentum, but then again, nice job. And if you're going to go back into first base, go in sliding. Don't go in standing up, just as Fowler did.
2 down, Fowler at first base, and here's Jed Lowry. Another check and diving back head first. Jed Lowry has struck out swinging and walked in the game. Now hitting .292 on the year. On the corner, man, that's a pitch that Perdomo's been getting from time to time against lefties anyway.
And you know what? There was a pitch earlier to Matt Joyce. It was close to the plate, off the plate, did not get the call. That ball was off even more, and now he gets the call.
Fouled off, 0-2. Frustrated Jed Lowry. Perdomo has walked 4 today. 2 have turned into runs. A walk of Matt Olson in the second became a run. Josh Fegley in the third became a run. Dustin Fowler at first base. 2 down here in the Oakland A's 5th inning. Throw over and back safely again is Fowler. Getting lots of attention over there at first base from Luis Perdomo.
He's got a pretty darn good hitter up there in Lowry. He's got to concentrate on making a good pitch here, having him in the hole 1 and 2.
Another throw over. Well, the lead for Fowler's been pretty big. It's beyond the cutout over there.
Well, my only concern is that if Luis is concerned about him maybe running and being too quick to the plate, therefore not making the quality pitch that he wants to, and Lowry doing some damage with it and hurting Perdomo.
On the ground at third base, Villanueva took a look at second, but he'll go to first for the out. That will end the inning. Played 5 today from Oakland, tied 2-2. Heavy breathing. All right, Mike, thanks very much. It is tied here 2-2 with Eric Hosmer leading it off, and a hot shot down to first base picked by Matt Olson. He'll tag the bag ahead of the arrival of Eric Hosmer for the first out here, the 6th inning.
First pitch offering at the fastball, and Eric Hosmer hunting that fastball and pulling it. We know that Eric Hosmer likes to use the big part of the field and go the opposite way. Not the case there.
One down here in the 6th inning brings up Will Myers. Myers 0 for 2. He's flying out to the warning track in right field and grounded out to second base. Bunts at it, fouls it off. Trying to bunt his way on.
I want him swinging. Run into one.
6 in a row retired by Manaya, and 12 of the last 13 for the left-hander.
Good pitch right at the knees.
Manaya wanted it. Long look in. '70th pitch of the day. And it's fouled back to the screen. 1-2. Fly ball down the right field line, headed foul. Down beyond the bullpen area.
MLB At Bat is your #1 app to watch live Padres baseball. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Padres home screen icons, features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking and game highlights, live radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Check swing, did he go? No. They check with Chad Whitson, first base umpire. And It is 2-2 here to Myers. Hunter Renfroe waits on deck here in the top of the 6th inning. Padres playing in their 88th game of the year, over the official halfway mark of the year. Myers lines it foul outside the bag at third and down towards the pen. The Oakland A's relievers are housed.
Now that's an old school bullpen right down there.
Yes,
isn't
it is. Little roof.
Yeah.
A very tiny roof. Pitch 75 is a payoff pitch, and that's down by the chute tops, and Myers will walk. Just the second walk of the day given up by Minaya. So one out base runner here for the Padres, and Hunter Renfroe coming up.
Exactly the situation with the score tied at 2 that the Padres want to be in. Minaya missing big time with the walk there. Now Renfroe and Villanueva, guys who've got some punch. And Villanueva has already displayed that punch with the 2-run shot in the 2nd inning.
There's strike one, poured right in there. Renfroe walked back in the 2nd inning, came around to score on the 2-run home run by Christian Villanueva. And he flied out to the warning track in left field in the 4th inning. Ball caught by Matt Joyce right on the base of the track. For the first day, back is Myers. Line sharply picked at third by Chapman. Goes to second for one, on to first, double play. That's some kind of spectacular down there by Matt Chapman. Wow. Nice pick down there at third base. He's made a couple of good ones, but this one starts the 5-4-3. Headed back out there, a 77 pitch effort so far. And dealing with 4, 5, and 6 in the Oakland A's order here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chris Davis 1 for 2 in the game, an RBI single in the 3rd inning, leads it off and chops one to third. It is a fair ball. Villanueva fires across. He's had a busy day down there at third base. And Davis retired 5-3, 1 down.
We have seen some spectacular plays at the hot corner this afternoon. Chapman has been unbelievable. Christian Villanueva has had a lot of work down there, throwing accurately. Bob Scanlon touched upon it earlier in the ball game. Tough getting it by the third Sackers this afternoon, Donnie.
One down here in the 6th, and it brings up Matt Olson. Olson a walk in the 2nd inning. He grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd inning. Padres have turned 1 double play today, while the Oakland A's have turned 2. Up and in. Padres shifting here on Matt Olson on the right side of the infield. So you have your stopwatch out. What are you timing?
Breaks. Just to make sure as we take a look at the StatCast shift, 37% of the last 100 balls put in play by Olson has been in that general direction.
Why are you timing the breaks?
Just to make sure I'm back in time if I leave the booth. Rather be early than late.
Are you in charge of the commercials?
No, just want to be on the same page.
Strike called, and that's kind of amazing.
Very generous call.
Yes. Olson seems quite surprised.
Perdomo cannot afford to walk any more of these Oakland Athletics. In this series, 9 walks. 4 of them have scored for Oakland.
Fouled back, still a full count. 93 from Perdomo. Swing and a miss, and Perdomo comes back to strike out Olson. And Olson says some things here to Rob Drake on the way by. He did not like strike 2 at all.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced, transmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres. And don't make me laugh.
2 down here in the 6th inning brings up Stephen Piscotty.
Even though I chuckled a little bit, that's still a good copyright, right?
I think everybody understood what you were saying, what the rules are, what you can and cannot do. I think you were pretty clear.
Yeah.
Even though you
just to make it clear.
Were terrible on the lined into left field. And that's going to get down. Jankowski over to play and gets stuck on the wall there briefly, but not going to matter. Piscotty's got himself a 2-out double. This second hit of the day, second double of the day for Piscotty.
Swinging early, too. Does Perdomo hang the foul? No, you know, that's a 2-seamer down and in, and Piscotty got his hands in nicely, keeping that ball fair. Hands through quickly, barrel of the bat on that baseball, and that's a double all the way.
So Piscotty at second base, 2 down here in the 6th inning, brings up Matt Chapman. Pickoff play at second, and he is safe. A swipe tag there by Galvis. Behind the back there, trying to get him.
Yeah, he had to go to his glove side because that's where that throw drew him. Let's take a look. Oh.
Of course, the Padres don't have their challenge.
Right. Yeah, he whiffed, looked like.
Chapman's return to this lineup for the A's certainly lengthens their order. Adam Simber up for the Padres' first action we've seen down there in the pen today.
He's getting hot in a hurry.
Perdomo about to throw his 90th pitch in his return to the major leagues today. Working here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And and falling behind 3-0. Buchter is up. So is Pagan, who saw in last night's game. .30 pitch. And he hits him in the back with a 3-0 pitch. So down to first will go Chapman with 2 down. Darren Balsley on the phone, and as you mentioned, Simber getting hot in a hurry, and here comes Andy Green. So he was rapid fire down there. Perdomo giving up a 2-out double. Now he hits a batter. And Andy Green's going to make a move. So a 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 2-2 game. Pitching change from Oakland.
Photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Luis Perdomo's return to the major leagues. First start for him since April the 18th. And leaves a tie game here with runners at first and second. He is responsible for those runners with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. Enter Adam Simber.
We saw Adam last night in the 7th inning. One hit, one run inning. So he's got runners at first and second. Trying to get that 1 out to keep it at 2.
Marcus Semien, the batter, 0-for-2 on the day. He's grounded out to short, grounded out to third. Scotty at second, Chapman at first. And a grounder to shortstop. Galvis to go the easy way to second. And on one pitch, Adam Simber gets out of the jam in the 6th inning. To the 7th we go, still tied 2-2. advantage with a 2-run shot by Christian Villanueva back in the second inning. And back come the Oakland A's. A double for Stephen Piscotty. And that would score Matt Olson coming in. So tied up 2-2 as we get to the 7th inning. Perdomo done after 5 2/3, 2 earned runs. Sean Manaez went to 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs so far. Villanueva's home run is 17th, and back out on the mound is Manaea for the 7th inning. Christian Villanueva leading it off, 2 for 2. Home run in the 2nd inning, a single in the 4th inning.
Manaea's been doing a really good job of being economical, with the exception of that 2nd inning. You just mentioned it, Don, with the 2-run shot off the bat of this kid here, Villanueva. 25 pitches. The most he's thrown in other innings was 12.
This one skied to shallow center, has Dustin Fowler taking care of out number 1 of the 7th inning. So first time today they found a way to retire Villanueva, and that'll bring up Jose Perella.
Number 2, Jose Perella.
Perella has grounded back to the mound and lined out to center. His 80th pitch coming up. So that's some very good defense behind him, namely his third baseman, Matt Chapman, who's turned in a couple of tremendous plays, including starting a double play on Hunter Renfroe last inning. Fly ball, shallow right. Piscotty had started back, now in a step or two. 2 down here in the 7th inning. 2 fly ball outs. Two down for A.J. Ellis.
You know that no-hitter he threw in against Boston? Threw 108 pitches, Sean Manaea. Struck out 10, and he walked 2 that afternoon, that evening.
A.J. Ellis has singled to right field. Last time up, robbed on a nice play by Matt Chapman, the third baseman, on a sharply hit ball. Diving play by Chapman, who got up and threw out A.J. Ellis.
I tell you what, that play he made to end the 6th off the bat, that 5-4-3 double play, is one of the best plays I've seen all year.
That was pretty awesome.
It was 105 exit velocity also. That ball was crushed.
In the air down the right field line. Piscotty heading over towards the line. Will make the catch. It'll end the inning. So 3 fly ball outs. And a pretty easy inning for Manaea in the 7th inning. In his 7th inning stretch from Oakland Coliseum. And on this July 4th, we'll keep it right here for the singing of God Bless America.
Gentlemen, please direct your attention to the area behind home plate, where on this 4th of July, Senior Airman Stephanie Allen will be performing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, God bless America, my home, sweet home.
3rd Cavalry Regiment to Iraq in support of Operation Inherent Resolve. Let's go Padres.
Thank you very much for all you do on this July 4th and every day as we move along here to last half of the 7th inning. More Adam Simber. He got the final out of last inning on just one pitch, coming in with 2 on and 2 down. And Josh Begley leads it off here for the Athletics in the bottom of the 7th. Begley has walked and flied out to left. Fouls it off and finds himself down 0-2. So line on Perdomo, who today will receive a no decision. Release went 5 2/3, giving up 4 hits and 2 runs. They were earned. He walked more than he struck out. Ended up walking 4, striking out 3.
I think we saw some positive things today.
I would agree.
As I mentioned earlier, a little high on the walks, but leaving the game only giving up 2 runs and leaving the game tied. But I thought we saw him pound in the strike zone. As we take a look at Simber, that's a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, Begley strikes him out looking, and that's going to do it for Simber. Andy Green headed out there. He's had action in the pen, and Andy will make the pitching change with 1 down here in the 7th inning. Game tied 2-2. Padres baseball brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. And by RCP Block and Brick. Start your outdoor project at rcpblock.com. 1 down here in the last of the 7th inning in a 2-2 game. Mark Canha pinch hitting against the new Padres pitcher. Jose Castillo comes into the game.
Well, these A's are going to have to turn up the dial and look for that breaking ball. A different look from the left side. Jose Castillo, his 13th game, and the numbers are really, really good. Lefties 063, righties a 200 clip. Yeah, and there's a strikeout. And Canha with that swing, he was looking to take the lead.
And a pinch hitting here for Dustin Fowler. 256, 11 homers, and 32 runs batted in.
Pretty good start for Jose Castillo at the big league level. He's held opponents scoreless in 10 of his first 12 outings.
Canha out ahead of this, sends it foul down the left field line. And it'll hang at 0-2. Simber went 2/3 of an inning, getting the final out of the 6th inning and the first out here of the 7th inning. In relief of Perdomo today. Didn't allow any hits, runs, walks, had 1 strikeout, did Simber. Steele with a 1-2 pitch. And Canha pops it up foul A.J. Ellis gives it a look, but it's backing out of play. Canna starting in center field last night in the 2 games at Petco Park in San Diego. First time these 2 teams met. And coming off the bench to pinch hit here in the 7th inning. He'll likely take over in center field after pinch hitting here for Fowler, who had gotten the nod today to play in center. That's the backstop on the fly. Got to do that every now and again. Hit the ball.
Wow.
2-2. I throw hard and I don't know where it's going.
Yeah. Hey, check this out. I don't think AJ even drew leather on that one.
I don't think he did.
I want you to hit the ball. What?
I've finally thrown it where I want to throw it.
Trust me.
I'm trying to announce my presence with authority.
Well, let's see if he gets the punch out here.
Fouled off, still 2-2.
That's that breaky ball after the high fastball up and away. Breaky ball down and in. Strikeouts per 9 for this left-hander Castillo. 12.75 on 13 strikeouts.
Another pinch hitter on deck, Chad Pinder. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. Full count. First batter that Jose Castillo has faced is coming into the game. And a swing and a miss. Castillo strikes him out. So he gets the pinch hitter, Canna. 2 down here in the 7th inning.
We told you about the strikeout being there, not only with the fastball, but the breaking ball. Ends up in off the plate for the big strikeout, out number 2. He's not afraid to pound the zone.
Aaron Balsley, the pitching coach, racing out there with the pinch hitter Pinder introduced, and I'm sure he's headed out there with the scouting report, I would imagine. Pinder will be hitting for Matt Joyce, who had been 0 for 3 today. Craig Stammen is ready should they choose to go in his direction. And warming up for the Padres. Simber and Castillo first out of the pen today for Luis Perdomo. Under a 258 homers, 18 runs batted in, and pinch hitting. Called a ball. Wow.
Looked pretty good, huh?
Yeah. In the box there.
That usually means a strike, right? In the box?
Yeah, usually. The 1-0 is fouled off to the right out of play.
So 3-man bench for Bob Melvin this afternoon, and the only player left is catcher Jonathan Lucroy from the right side.
Fly ball, right center field. Margot moves over and under and makes the catch. It ends the 7th inning. We're headed for the 8th, tied at 2 in Oakland. It's tied up here 2-2. Old friend Ryan Buchter into his second straight game here against the Padres, and he will start this top of the 8th inning. Freddie Galvis leading it off. And he drives one to left field. Back goes Pinder. Still going. Going to be over his head and off the wall. Pinder plays the carom pretty well. Galvis into second base with a stand-up double to begin the 8th inning. Nicely done off the wall in left field, and the first pitch served up by Ryan Buchter.
Freddie Galvis getting turned around against the lefty Buchter from the right side. First pitch down and in. He drops the head of that shillelagh. It's off the happy car. And it's a happy shortstop for the Padres with the leadoff double.
Now Travis Jankowski coming up. Batting out of the 9th spot today for the Padres. 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first and grounded back to the mound. They're expecting bunt, so crashing from the corners here are the Oakland A's. Travis is squaring, and he pops it up. Back comes Fegley, and he'll make the catch. So Jankowski cannot get the bunt down. He pops out, fouling out to the catcher Fegley, one down.
Ah, that hurts. Travis trying to bunt that ball down the third base line to draw in. Chapman gets underneath it, and Fegley does a nice job of discarding that mask and catching it for the out.
Well, Bob Melvin back out there again to make the pitching change. Buchter departs. Pitching change with the game tied 2-2 in the 8th inning. Travis Jankowski fouled out to the catcher. Rode second, one down. Enter Lou Trevino into the game now for the Oakland A's.
This kid's got some nasty stuff. Inning last night, he walked one. He did not allow a hit or a run. He's got 3 saves, so he can close out a game in the pinch for Bob Melvin, but a .68 ERA in his last 11 outings. And there's a strikeout in that arm as well. More strikeouts than innings pitched for the right-hander.
And well, Margot batting, taking strike one on that outside corner. Margot with a single back in the first inning to left field. Since then, he has struck out and lined out to the third baseman. He's been a .365 hitter in this spot during the course of the year. The runners in scoring position. Fly ball center field, where Mark Canha comes in and over to make the catch for out number 2. No advance for Galvis. Canha taking over in center field after pinch hitting for Dustin Fowler. And the new left fielder is Chad Pinder, who pinch hit for Matt Joyce. So, new left fielder, new center fielder, and new pitcher with 2 down here in the 8th.
Trevino is Bob Melvin's true 8th inning guy. And I mentioned those numbers. those last 11 outings. That's over 13 1/3 innings pitched, only 1 earned run, 3 hits.
Intentional walk here of Eric Hosmer of the no throw kind. So Hosmer down to first base. 2 on, 2 down, and they'll take their chances with Myers. First, the pitching coach Emerson out there.
And I'm sure going over a little scouting report, just a little refresher course after the intentional pass. I'm guessing first pitch breaking ball. A lot of, Will Myers wants to go up there. He wants to break this tie, drive in that run, looking for the heater.
3 for 10 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Today has flied out to the warning track in right field, grounded out to second, and last time up walked. That's with a go-ahead run in scoring position in Freddie Galvis, and with Eric Hosmer at first base. Ball 1. Interesting that Melvin went to the pen in this inning. Minaya had gone the first 7 innings and really was cruising. Only giving up 1 hit in his last 5 innings.
Yeah, he was missing barrels big time. Throwing the ball extremely well.
He had only thrown 83 pitches at the time that he lifted him after the 7th inning. And was fresh off a 6-pitch, 1-2-3 7th inning. But electing to go to the pen in a 2-2 game. If the Padres can make him pay for that decision. Myers will chop it foul, and it's 2-1. Down by the tarp area here at the Coliseum. Hunter Renfroe waits on deck. There are 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Galvis at second, Hosmer at first in a 2-2 game. Lined a foul ball down towards the bullpen area, and it evens at 2-2. Broken bat for Myers.
Little Manny Mota stick for a good grip. Will Myers sans batting gloves. Pick out a good one, Will.
Two on, 2 down here in the 8th, and a 2-2 pitch to Myers. Ball 3, full count. Myers wants more of that stuff he was using before. Not sticky enough. Myers shoots it foul just beyond the Padres dugout. Padres housed on the first base side here at Oakland Coliseum. First and second, 2 down here in the 8th inning, tied at 2. And that is ball 4 to load the bases. Just missed, and Myers down to first base. Back-to-back walks allowed here by the Oakland A's bullpen. One of the intentional variety, and now Myers walks to load the bases. Gives Hunter Renfroe a chance. Hunter walked in the 2nd inning, flied out to the warning track in the 4th, and then bounced into a 5-4-3 double play in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss at the high fastball at 98.
Well, if you're going to hack at a fastball, That's one to hack at. A little extra on that one as well, as mentioned at 98.
Fly ball headed towards left field. Pinder and Canna battling the sun. It's Pinder with the sunglasses on, makes the catch. And the Padres leave them loaded in the 8th inning, tied 2-2.
Two-run home run. Perdomo declares a quality start. Well, 5 2/3. He did not go 6. And we are tied at 2.
Now Jed Lowry leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Back out there is Jose Castillo. Got the final 2 outs of the 7th. And starts the 8th as Lowry takes strike 1. Stammen has been in the bullpen, kind of standing looking on for quite some time now. He is ready, and what they go to him in this inning, we will see as Lowry waves at that pitch, down 1-2. Athletics getting single runs in the 2nd and 3rd innings today. And no scoring in the game since the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tied up 2-2 in the 8th. Ball 2 to Lowry. Chris Davis, then Matt Olson, all guys that can go deep. And a full count now.
Yeah, this is a huge inning for the A's. Big time pitching needs to be done here by Castillo and Stammen, who is warming up. He is definitely going to be used in this inning.
Payoff pitch. And Lowry fouls it back for the count to remain the same here, 3-2. He's trying to get that lead runner on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Just got out of a major jam. Padres left him loaded. A half-hearted swing right there by Lowry. Changed his mind in the middle, but made contact and fouled it off.
He was really fooled on that pitch. Kind of feeling for that pitch and not really attacking it. 3-2, looking for the fastball, and Castillo pulled the string on him.
Ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Jed Lowry starts things in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Davis coming up here. And here comes Andy Green. Davis introduced, and Green makes his way to the mound. Leadoff walk to Jed Lowry. Pitching change here with nobody out in the bottom of the 8th inning in a 2-2 game from Oakland. Jed Lowry. Congratulations to Kirby Yates and his wife on the birth of Cove Callie.
Very nice. 9 pounds, 4 ounces. That's a keeper. Mom and baby are doing well. Big sister Oakley is excited. Congratulations to the Yates family. Kirby, you are the giver of life. Congratulations.
New pitcher for the Padres, Craig Stammen, into the game.
Last time out for Craig was Sunday. Crunch time here with the go-ahead run on first base. It'll be righty on righty. Craig's 37th game. A lot of strikeouts, very few walks from the right-hander.
Chris Davis standing in and taking ball 1.
Got squeezed.
Davis 1 for 3 today, a single back in the 3rd inning. Falling behind 2-0. Jose Castillo responsible for the runner at first, and Jed Lowry walked him to begin things here in the last of the 8th inning. Lowry held on over there by Hosmer. Ball 3-0.
Mentioned that Craig Stammen does not have a lot of walks this year. Going into this game, only 7.
I'll be careful here with Chris Davis. He's got 20 home runs, and see if he's got the green light. 3-0. He is taken all the way, and he takes strike 1. Davis now. Matt Olson scheduled to be next for the Oakland A's. Wild swing and a miss there, full count. Right down the middle of that pitch at 91.
Uppercut swing. One thing in mind.
Launch.
Yes, he did.
Fouls it off himself, and we'll do it again here. 3-2. Lowry walked to begin the inning against Jose Castillo, who has since left the game. And Craig Stammen coming in.
Another reason why this is kind of tough for any pitching staff against this Oakland A's team. They come back late.
And this is where they do the majority of their damage.
Yep.
Fouled off. They'll do it again. They have their closer, Blake Trinan, in the pen in case he has warmed up, and he would come on. May even come on in a tie game here at home. Lowry the lead off first, not a huge lead. Payoff pitch again. And Davis hits this to left field, down the line towards the wall and off the wall. Lowry heads for third, and it'll be second and third with nobody out in the 8th inning. A wall ball double for Chris Davis. A ball that almost got out of here to left field.
And he was out in front of this one. Looks like a breaky ball. It is a breaky ball. 86-mile-an-hour slider. Really doesn't get behind it, catches it way out in front, but as you mentioned, Don, this ball still goes a long way off the wall now. Jankowski, he has no choice. Play the carom, get it in quickly, holding them to second and third, and the Padres now will bring the infield in.
Intentional walk, no throw kind here to Matt Olson. Loads the bases. So yeah, they'll bring that infield in with a play at the plate, a force out at the plate.
The Oakland A's have scored this year 59 runs in the 8th inning. That's the best in Major League Baseball.
That's amazing. Stephen Piscotty 2 for 3 in the game. 2 doubles in the game. And he takes ball 1. They've done it with kind of a patient hitting philosophy. Deep into counts, walks. A walk started this inning to Jed Lowry.
Not a lot of strikeouts for the A's hitters this afternoon.
And a total of 5. Piscotty drives it to right field. Renfroe going back, still going, going to be over his head. From third, Lowry scores. Chris Davis coming around. Throw plateward, he is safe. 2 runs in, and the A's take a 4-2 lead. 2-run double for Stephen Piscotty. 3rd double of the day. Pretty shallow out there as Renfroe in right field ends up over his head. And it's time for the Bill Howe play of the game. Piscotty's 3rd double.
And against any team late, they are certainly the swinging A's, and that is coming to fruition here in the 8th inning. The A's adding on to their 8th inning runs with leads Major League Baseball.
So 2nd and 3rd now, still nobody out. And now Matt Chapman, the batter, with the infield in. Well, the first run and the go-ahead run charged to Jose Castillo, who is now on the hook. He went 2/3 of an inning, allowing no hits, but that walk allowed Lowry to get on and eventually to score. Two and 0.
Well, chalk on some more runs for the 8th inning for the A's. Now 61 leading Major League Baseball in the 8th inning. that's doing damage late. That's unbelievable.
That's a strike, and it's 2-1. Olson at third, Stephen Piscotty at second base. Still nobody out here in the A's 8th inning. Chapman grounds it to third. Coming home is via a waiver. They've got hung up. Matt Olson. And they'll apply the tag. They get him. Yeah, he's out of the baseline. So out number 1. With runners now at first and second with 1 out. 5-2, 6-1 on the putout.
Well, getting the lead runner and prevent the A's from adding on. Too many throws in this rundown. The bottom line is they got a snowball fight going on between home plate and third base. They get the out.
Yeah, it's 5-2, 6-5. The putout there. First and second with one out. Marcus Semien, the batter. A's have jumped on top here with 2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th inning. Villanueva, Perella, and Ellis, the scheduled batters for the Padres. Blake Trinan ready in the pen for the A's, their closer. Two and 0. Line and caught at third by Villanueva. He can turn it into 2, and he does. Nice play down there by Villanueva as Semien lines into a double play, but the Oakland A's have taken a 4-2 lead to the 9th. Bottom of the 8th inning for the A's. Blake Trinan, the closer, now in for the Athletics.
And he is some kind of nasty. This right-hander touches 100 miles an hour. Going into this game, his ERA is 0.86, 41 2/3 innings of work, and 50 strikeouts. Opponents hitting 171 off the right-hander. So the Padres have got their work cut out for him, trailing by 2 here in the top of the 9th.
Now Trinan coming in here to face Christian Villanueva first. Villanueva first, and then looks like Carlos Asuaje has come out on deck here. He would bat for Perella. There's Asuaje. Villanueva has played some very good defense, but also good offensively today. 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning. Also a single, so a 2-for-3 day. And he leads it off here in the 9th inning. 97 and in, fouled off.
Something about this Oakland Athletic team all time versus the Padres. Padres are 10-22 going into today's contest.
And 0-3 this year. Fouled off again. 99, 0-2. Trinan taking over for Trevino, went 2/3 of an inning. Walked 2 unintentionally. Swing and a miss, and Villanueva is out number 1 of the 9th inning on the strikeout.
Well, good luck. We talk about the fastball. Well, how about the breaking ball? Way out in front. Front shoulder, front hip, and the wave. It's exactly where you want it. Boy, out of the hand looks like a fastball, then the disappearing act on that slider.
Carlos Suaje pinch hitting with 1 down in the 9th inning. Pinch hits for Jose Pirela, who had been 0 for 3 today. Line to center field, and Suaje has got himself a base hit, and Padres will bring the tying run to the plate. So pinch hit single for Carlos Suaje.
I'm guessing that Carlos Suaje, you approach Trinan. If you get that fastball early, jump on that, because you don't want to try to hit that slider that we just saw out of the hand, striking out Villanueva.
Another pinch hitter, Corey Spangenberg, is going to pinch hit for A.J. Ellis. Now the catcher, Fegley, headed out there to talk to Trinan. 46 homers, 17 runs batted in for Spangenberg. Villanueva strikes out to begin the inning. Suaje with a pinch hit single to center. Now Corey Spangenberg represents a tying run for the Padres here in the 9th inning. Brad Hand up in the pen for the Padres in case. That's a strike right on the inside corner, and it's 1-1.
That's nasty with a little bit of movement to go along with that 96.
Fouled off himself, and it's 1-2. Suaje back to the bag at first with 1 away in the 9th inning. Padres trailing by 2 after the A's pushed across 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in, and Spangenberg strikes out for the 2nd out of the 9th inning. 2nd strikeout for Blake Trinan.
So hard to lay off after you see fastballs for a strike.
Wow. That thing just goes straight down.
Yeah. Disappearing act. Trap door.
2 outs to Suaje at first base, and it brings up Freddie Galvis. Freddie had a double his last time up. That led off the 8th inning. Looked like the Padres were going to push across the go-ahead run, but he got left at 3rd. And the Padres left the bases loaded in the top of the 8th inning. Strike 1, 98. So really another situation here today, much like last night, where the Padres had their chances, but just couldn't get that clutch hit. And the Oakland A's come up in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they score twice. Oh, 2. Two down, 9th inning. Tying run at the plate. Freddie Galvis down 0-2 as they come to their feet in Oakland. Galvis lines one to right field. Piscotty's coming in, but it'll drop for a base hit as Aswahi takes second base. A single for Freddie Galvis, and the tying run now at first base for the Padres. Big hit there for Freddie Galvis to keep it going here in the ninth.
He battled, got the fastball, it looked like, and he turned it around. Oh, that was a slider. Check that. A slider down in it, speeding up his bat.
Yeah, trying to really help him out there with
yes.
that pitch selection.
Exactly. It doesn't mean you can't throw him a slider. It just was in the bad spot. Like the one at Spangenberg down and in the dirt. That's where you want to throw it. That one caught too much of the plate.
So now it gives Travis Jankowski a chance with 2 outs here in the ninth inning. Tying run at first. Travis 0 for 3 today from his number 9 spot in the order. One of 23 in save conversions on the year for Trinan. Jankowski, it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Simeon will go to first base, and that is the ball game. Jankowski grounding out to the shortstop. Simeon. Padres will strand a pair, and the Oakland A's win it today 4-2, and they sweep the season series as the A's go 4-0 against the Padres in 2018. Again, the final. Oakland 4, San Diego 2. It's time for Padres Live. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store?